Hello, I'm Vijay Kotu. I'm the Chief Analytics Officer at ServiceNow. I'm going to talk about turning data into action. We all have tons of data, petabytes of data in our enterprises. We need to put this data to use to get some value out of it. How do we do that? Well, there are 3 steps. Number 1, if you have insights, we need to create an action plan. Creating actions. This is where the partnership with Google and ServiceNow comes together. Because if you have some data and insights at Google BigQuery, you can create an action plan in ServiceNow. First, you need to access this data using zero data copy. Physically, the data can reside in Google BigQuery, but we can get this information out to ServiceNow and start creating a workflow, which is essentially a sequence of steps on what do we do with this insight, who needs to be working on, what are the diagnoses we need to do. And that action can be executed within ServiceNow. So first step is creating an action plan and executing on it. Well, this is just one process. In a typical enterprise, you have hundreds, if not thousands of processes, and they're all interrelated, interdependent processes. Now the challenge is, how do we optimize it? So that's the second part, optimizing and automating your processes or the action plans. And every time when the process is running, it generates data. And there's so much information in it. And when you map back the process, you can find all the inefficiencies that is coming out using process mining and task mining. And once you find out those inefficiencies, we can put together some actions to fix those inefficiencies or automate it using RPA, using virtual agents, and etc. So that's how we can optimize the processes. But there is a problem in this step, right? These are all deterministic way of optimizing it. We are still devising the process, steps, etc. So it's a deterministic way of one after the other. We are essentially coding it and then fixing by optimization, which works great, but there is also a better way to do this. We can amp up with agentic AI. So that's step number 3 is amping up the action plans using agentic AI. Well, what's the difference between agentic AI? We can create all those tasks that was in a process now that become AI agents. So we can devise those agents either out of the box in ServiceNow, or you can create new ones. And these agents can be orchestrated by an orchestrator, and that becomes the process. That becomes the action plan. So how does it look in real time? When a new request comes in, when a new incident happens, now you need to create an action plan. And now we can have agentic AI understanding the tasks, understanding the context, understanding the goal of this particular process. It can invoke all these agents in real time and execute that action plan for you. So how do we turn data into action? 3 steps. Creating an action plan and executing on it using workflow. Number 2, optimizing and automating it using process mining. And number 3, amping up this action plan using agentic AI. And that's how Google and ServiceNow can put data work for you using AI. Thank you so much for listening.